been a tough week for Scientologists in Australia. One of the church's most prominent figures has resigned and denounced the church's leadership. Meanwhile, figures released to Lateline from the Australian census shows that membership of the Church of Scientology is in such decline that its numbers are now dwarfed by people who identify as Jedis and Wiccans. Steve Kinane reports.
It bills itself as the world's fastest growing religion. But in Australia, Scientology is going backwards. Figures from the 2011 census show that only 2,163 Australians call themselves Scientologists. That's a drop of 13.7% over 5 years.
The spin doctors will be sleeping under their desks for the next few days, trying to work out a way to present this as somehow Scientology is still expanding here.
The Church of Scientology is big on statistics. Each Thursday, staff report their weekly statistics to Scientology executives. The latest census figures won't please head office.
Scientology is totally obsessed with statistics, so if your statistics aren't going up, you get punished. And they're probably the world's most creative people with numbers when it comes to increases. You know, figures of 12 million Scientologists worldwide when there's probably been a maximum of 100,000 Scientologists in the world at any one given time. They're just ludicrous.
2 years ago, a Scientology spokesman told Four Corners there could be hundreds of thousands of Scientologists in Australia.
I know it numbers minimally in the tens, if not hundreds of thousands. I mean, Scientology's been in Australia for 60 years.
But when confronted with the census figures today, the Church of Scientology was not available for interview. In a statement, they said,
"The census figures are not an accurate reflection of the growing number of people visiting our churches and actively participating in Scientology, both in Australia and internationally. The Church internationally has grown more in the past 5 years than it has in the previous 50.
In a further blow to Scientology, one of the Church's most prominent figures in Australia has quit. Wendy Honor is the first winner of the Church's prestigious Freedom Medal to quit and publicly denounce the Church of Scientology. In an email she wrote, "The only way is out. I am free." But while Scientology is going backwards in Australia, other minority religions are growing. Pantheism increased by 35%. Rastafarians by a cool 30%. While members of the Jedi faith now number 65,000, over 30 times more than Scientology.
It's less of a stigma now. Right back in 2001, there was that stigma that it was a joke religion and that it was just a prank played on the census. But I'm finding that I declare myself as Jedi everywhere I go, and I'm finding less and less, say, heckling or giggling.
Peter Lee has already applied to the tax office to have Jediism recognised as a religion.
It is a serious religion. It's a very serious religion. More than half of the population of the world believe in a life force energy. We believe in the Force as our life force energy.
Another minority religion that has grown is Wicca, which incorporates witchcraft.
We want to be recognised. For a long time we've been, in the broom closet, and now's time to really stand up and be counted.
According to the census, there are nearly 8,500 Wiccans, 4 times the amount of Scientologists.
Well, I'm not surprised at all. There's been a growing trend for years now. I'm involved with running workshops, and so I've seen a dramatic increase in people's interests. One workshop that I've set up for later in the year sold out within a couple of weeks, and normally that would take months and months to sell out.
Steve Kinane, Lateline.